Welcome to Stories of Chazal. Here we have a story in connection to Shabbos, being that we are recording the story on Erev Shabbos. This is a story about David HaMelech, King David, Olav Shalom. Peace may be upon him. That he told God in his prayers, in his praises to God, which he discusses and describes in his book of Tehillim, Psalms, and he says as follows: God of the universe, Hoidieni Hashem Kitzi, let me know, Hashem, God, my end. So the Talmud records how God responds in between the lines. God responds to King David, it is a decree from before me that we do not let know the end of flesh and blood. In other words, we don't allow him to know his years. So continues in the pasuk, in the verse, and the Talmud is filling in the blanks, that David HaMelech responds, Midas Yomai Mahi. At least let me know what day of the year. Let me know the year I'm going to die. So responds David, God, Hashem says, that is a decree from before me, that we don't let people know Midas Yomov. We don't let him even know that, which day of the year he's going to pass away on. So continues David HaMelech in the pasuk, in the verse, and the Talmud fills in the blanks. At least tell me the day of the week, which day of the week I'm going to be nifter. So about this, as the Talmud, God actually did give him a response, and that is that he told him, you will pass away on Shabbos. So now David HaMelech starts negotiating. Okay, now I have a date. There's what to talk about. He said, how about I die on Sunday, the day after Shabbos, so that when I do pass away, people could be involved with my burial properly, because on Shabbos you cannot do that. And they will be able to be involved in my hesped, in my eulogy properly, because on Shabbos we don't do that either. So God responds to King David HaMelech, I can't do that. I will not do that, because it has come the time of your son, King Shlomo, King Solomon. His kingdom and his time of power has come at that moment when it needs to come, and therefore one kingdom, it is decreed from before God that one kingdom cannot overlap the other kingdom, even the size of a hairbreadth or a string. In other words, it has to basically exactly end at a certain point, one kingdom, and the next kingdom shall begin. So David HaMelech tells God, okay, so make it earlier, make it on Erev Shabbos. So God told him, Ki toiv yoim b'chatzerecha me'elef. In little translation, the day in your courtyard is more than 1,000. In other words, says the Talmud, but God is telling King David, is that one day that you were involved in Torah is better for me than 1,000 burnt offerings which Shlomo, your son, brings to me on the altar. Therefore, I will not let you go down earlier. So, ever since then, King David, from that point on, he was accustomed to doing as follows: that every Shabbos of the year, he would sit and involve himself in Torah the whole day, so that, because he knew that he was supposed to pass away on Shabbos, but he did this knowing that the Malach HaMavis, the angel of death, won't be able to come close to him if he is involved in Torah in that moment. Because the Torah, involvement in Torah, protects from death. So comes the time on Shabbos when it was the time for David HaMelech, King David, to pass away. And the Malach HaMavis got up in front of him. And lo and behold, he was not able to get close to him because he was involved in Torah. So the Malach HaMavis, the angel of death, was thinking of ways to distract him. So there was an orchard, or a garden, behind the house of King David. The Malach HaMavis came, and he went up to a tree, and he was shaking the tree, which was in the orchard, in order that it should make a loud noise, and it would sound like a ruckus, to distract King David. So David HaMelech, when he heard this, he right away came out to see what was that noise in the garden. So from his house to the garden, there were steps to go into the garden, or a ladder. And as he was walking down or climbing down, it broke, and he fell. And he died because of it. And that's how David HaMelech, King David's soul, went up to heaven.